Everyone, Chrissy again. In this recording, I'm going to discuss two big pieces of technology you will be using as a participant in this program. You've actually already used both of these pieces when you went through the application process to access your assessments, but I'm going to discuss more closely how they will relate to your participation in your courses. Because remember, in my previous video, I talked about how important your participation was. While this program is made up of the consortium of the 4 universities, as previously discussed, the Ivy Tech system is what you're actually going to be using to complete your courses and the program. So tonight we will be looking at My Ivy, which is your student portal, and we're going to be looking at IvyLearn, which is how you actually access your courses for your virtual lectures, some of your coursework, your syllabus, etc. So again, I'm going to turn off my video and share my screen so that I can walk you through this. Okay, so there will be let me share my screen. So there are several different ways to get to both My Ivy and IvyLearn. The first is through the main Ivy Tech website, which is just www.ivytech.edu. At the top of this page, you will see links for both My Ivy, which is right here in the middle. Let me make this bigger. So up here at the top is My Ivy, and then right next to it is IvyLearn. So that is one way that you can get to them. And you just click on it and log in. The other way is to go directly to My Ivy. So you can also get to My Ivy by going directly to the website. It's going to be myivy.ivytech.edu. And this is how you will also access IvyLearn. I recommend that you bookmark this page for easy access, as you will be able to access IvyLearn once you enter My Ivy. So you're going to need to log in to your My Ivy account. I have mine saved. You always need to make sure you're putting in your Ivy Tech email address when it asks for your email address. Almost always when people claim that they are having issues, that it's not allowing them to log in, it is because they are putting their personal email instead of your Ivy Tech email. So you need to log in. And just note that Ivy Tech does not keep records of your password. So if you've forgotten your password, on that main login page, there was a reset or forgot password link on that login page. If you are locked out of your account, the CWCT program cannot unlock your account. You would have to call the Ivy Tech help desk, which is 1-888-IVY, IVY, line, LINE. They're available 7 days a week with extended hours above the typical business hours. So even if you're overseas, you should be able to reach them. Okay, so again, CWCT cannot unlock your Ivy Tech account. Okay, so your My Ivy portal will look slightly different than mine as far as which links are displayed, because you have a student view while mine is actually a mix between a student and a staff view, mostly staff view. But the concepts I'm about to discuss with you will be the same. So there are essentially 2 big pieces you want to become familiar with within My Ivy. A lot of links that you see may not even be applicable, since these courses are workforce training courses and are non-credit courses. For example, if you come across a link that says My Schedule, you will not see your schedule if you click on that, because non-credit courses do not show up on your schedule. That is why when you were registered, I sent you a confirmation email with the courses that you registered for. If you did not get that confirmation email, check your spam, promotions, check all your folders, because it probably went to one of those folders instead of your inbox. But that is why we send you your schedule, because there's no way to find it through your My Ivy since it's a non-credit course. So the 2 big pieces you will want to know are how to access IvyLearn and how to access your student email. as a participant, both of these should be listed in this middle quick links section. Again, it is not on mine because mine is mostly staff. Okay, so they should be listed in this quick links section. However, if you do not see them in your quick links section, you can either search for it up here by just typing my Ivy, and then you know, you can click on it here, or you can search IvyLearn, and you could click it here. So that's one way you could just search for it. Or if you click on see all in your quick links, these are listed in alphabetical order. You can go scroll down. Here's IvyLearn, and here is my Ivy. Student email is what the other one will come up under. Hold on. Here we go. Student email. Okay. So you need to look for IvyLearn and student email as your two. And then you can click on the little heart next to it to add it to your favorites, so that if they are not in your quick links, if you add the heart, then they will come up here in your my favorites. I think the favorites only lists 5, but you can also click up here in the upper right where it says my favorites if you have more than 5 things favorited. Okay. So those are the 2 big pieces you need to know in Ivy, in my Ivy. So due to student privacy laws, it's called FERPA, okay? Your Ivy Tech email should be the email you are using to communicate for this program. It has to deal with your student privacy. We need to make sure that it's actually you emailing us and requesting certain things to be processed. We cannot share your educational information with other people. So by sending it to your Ivy Tech email, it ensures that student privacy a little more. So it is important, please be checking your Ivy Tech email on a regular basis. I cannot stress that enough. That is how your registration will come to you. That is how important emails from your instructor should come to you. That's how important emails from your program managers will come to you. Be checking your Ivy Tech email. Occasionally we will send a courtesy email to your personal email, maybe saying, hey, check your Ivy Tech email, there's important information in there. However, we don't have to do that. We don't always do that. So be checking your Ivy Tech email, please, okay? Now, your Ivy Tech student email is run through Gmail, okay? So when you click on student email, it will take you to Gmail. Nope, it'd help if I spelled student right. I'm going to show you here. So student email. Okay, now mine is completely blank because as a staff member, mine is run through Outlook. But if you see, when you click on student email, it takes you to your Ivy Tech email address, which is run through Gmail. Now, what happens sometimes is if you have a personal Gmail account where you have your password already saved, when you click on that student email link, it may take you to your personal email account. Okay, instead of your student email. So if this happens, you'll either need to log out of your personal Gmail account and then log in with your Ivy Tech email, which is that Ivy Tech email address, same password. Or what I personally recommend is adding an account in Gmail so you can easily access both your personal and student emails. You can easily Google how to add an account in Gmail if you don't know how to do that already, because there might be a slightly different directions based on if you're using your mobile device, if you're using a computer, what browser you're using, all of that good stuff. So, so keep that in mind, please. Okay. And then that way too, by adding that account, you can go back and forth between your personal and your Ivy Tech email, either in your web browser or even in the Gmail app, so that you can access your Ivy Tech email through the Gmail app on your phone. Now, the big piece I know you've all been waiting for. How exactly do you complete your virtual classes? How do I do this, Chrissy? Where do I go? What do I need to do? Okay. Again, your courses will be accessed through IvyLearn. So all you'll need to do is you'll just need to click on the IvyLearn. This one is in my quick links and it should be in your quick links as well. Or again, you can access it through that main Ivy Tech website. Or you can even just type in the direct email address, which is just ivylearn.ivytech.edu. So you can get to IvyLearn in 3 different ways. Okay, so I'm going to click on IvyLearn. So when you go into IvyLearn, on the left-hand side, you will notice, and one thing I want to talk about is this inbox menu item. Okay, this is not the same thing as your student email. Okay, this is more like a direct messaging platform so that you could directly message your instructor within the course itself, possibly even your fellow classmates within the course itself. This is directly linked to your actual coursework within IvyLearn. Okay. So if we say check your Ivy Tech email, you know, some people say I've never gotten a single message in my Ivy Tech email. It's because they're checking this inbox. Okay. So they're 2 different things. So please keep that in mind. Okay. You can set it up in your preferences, like under your account, where you can get in, like if you compose a message in the inbox, or if you get a message sent to you within the IvyLearn system, you would then get an email to your Ivy Tech email. Like you can't email your program managers through this inbox. You can't email you know, Amber through this inbox because we are not associated with one of your classes. Okay. So, but if you go in and compose a message, you can, you know, essentially you select whatever course you want to compose the message to. I haven't taken a course in a while. Let's say I go to here, and you can kind of see, you know, you would click on the course and you'd say, okay, I need to email the teacher, and then the teacher's name would come up. And then you type it and so on and so forth. But like if your program manager is Steve Olson, you would not be able to go in and just type in Steve Olson's email address. You'd have to do that through your Ivy Tech email. Okay, so that's a really important thing to keep in mind. Okay. All right, so your courses will either be listed on your dashboard, which is under this dashboard link, or you can get to them if you click on the courses link. Okay. So one important thing to mention is that the courses will not appear in either of these places until the Friday before the session begins. So the session begins on Monday, June 6th. The courses will not appear in IvyLearn here until Friday, June 3rd. Okay, and that is for all courses, regardless of if they start on a Monday, Tuesday, or a Saturday. It used to be that it would open 48 hours before the first lecture day. Depending on what day the lecture was, it opened 48 hours before that. They have changed that where they now all open on the same day, regardless of the start. So you're not even going to see your course listed until Friday, June 3rd. Okay. Now, if you get on here on Friday, June 3rd, so like if you go in there right now, you're not going to see your courses listed. You are still registered for them. You're just not going to see them listed. Now, if you go in here on Friday, June 3rd, and you still do not see it listed, it is probably because the instructor themselves has not published the course yet. Okay, so there's one way that you can look at this on your dashboard. If you simply scroll down, you can see it listed under unpublished courses. Okay, so this means, oh, hey, it's there. The instructor just hasn't published it yet. please be patient. That probably means the instructor is making some final touches on it, and it will go live before your actual class session starts. Okay, so if you're not seeing it on Friday, June 3rd, see if it's listed under those unpublished courses on your dashboard. Or if you click on courses, if you go scroll down to where it says all courses, you can then see if it's published or not. And if it is not published, it will say, no, it's not published. Okay, so please check on that before you email us saying, I don't see my class, I'm not registered for classes, because most of the time it's simply that the class is not published yet. I verify all registration, 400 plus registrations before each session begins. So the chance of it being because you're not registered is going to be very slim. It's going to be because it's not published yet. Okay. Again, though, please be patient. It should be published before the start of your classwork. It might even be that day. So even if it's in the morning and it's still not published, please, again, just be patient until that instructor publishes it. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my past courses and as an example to show you what the course will actually look like. So I'm going to go in here to a Linux course I took way back in the fall of 2020. So it's been a while since I've taken it. Okay, so your course, now mine was a 4-credit course, but your non-credit course will look very, very similar to this. Okay. So on here, you know, this was the course name. Now yours will probably, instead of a BI, yours will say TR. That does not mean it's a Tuesday, Thursday. That means it's a traditional class. It's the type of class that it is. Okay. Mine was a online / on campus one. I can't remember even what BI stands for now, but don't get confused if it's a Monday, Wednesday class and you see TR here. That does not stand for Tuesday, Thursday. That's just the type of class it is. Okay. So in the menu here on the left, you will see all the menu items. So you want to make sure you're reading your course announcements, which is under your announcements tab. You want to carefully read the syllabus under the syllabus tab. The modules tab is where you will go to look and see what do you need to be doing each week. You know, what do I need to do in week 1? What do I need to do in week 2? Now, many of these classes use external programs that you might not actually be doing the coursework in IvyLearn. We use a thing called NetAcad. We use a thing called NetLab. You might be using an actual Red Hat system to do your the Linux class. Getting access to those will be either the instructions on how to access those will either be in your announcements in your syllabus. They might be emailed to you. If you go in and let's say, hey, you have an account through Red Hat and you go in and try to make it and you're getting an error message, wait until your course starts before you make your account, because your instructor is going to tell you exactly what you need to do to access that account. Okay. I know a lot of you may be, you know, really excited to start. And so you want to get in there and get started early. A lot of the times you just need to play it cool and wait until your first class to do some of this stuff. Okay. But you would see like under week 1, you know, here's the agenda. Here were my assignments. Here's the PowerPoint. Yours may look different as far as what exactly is in there. Okay. Now there may be some coursework in here. Again, it's going to depend class to class. Okay. All right. So the big piece you need to know for your virtual classes is to not only how to access your live lecture via Zoom, but also the recorded Zoom lectures in case you cannot make it to the designated day and time. So to access your lectures, all you are simply going to do is click on this Zoom link right here. That's all you need to do. Okay. And then it will have the upcoming meetings. I, of course, don't have any because this class was back in 2020. So I don't have any upcoming meetings listed, but all your future course meetings should be listed with a link that you can click on to go into that lecture. Okay, there is also a tab for previous meetings. Again, because this was so long ago, I don't have anything in there anymore, but this should list all of the class sessions that have already happened. And there should be a way for you to view the recording on that page, as well as under cloud recordings. You will see here, here are all the cloud recordings of this class I took. And all you would simply do is figure out, okay, which one did I miss? Which one do I need to watch? Find that date, click on it, and you will have your recording. Okay, so this is where you will go to find your upcoming meetings, your previous meetings, as well as the cloud recordings. Okay, now if on the first day you go in here and there are not any Zoom pieces listed, there's not any Zoom meetings listed in there, it could be that it might be listed in the announcements. It could just be they haven't finalized that part yet, but many times the instructor will put the link in the announcements. It might be in your syllabus, so check your syllabus, or the instructor could have even emailed it to your Ivy Tech email. So if you don't see the links listed here, check the announcements, check the syllabus, check your Ivy Tech email. It could be in there for that first day of class. Okay. So just remember, you can go back and watch those recorded lectures. And then also remember that the program managers on your first day of class, if you're having issues accessing anything, please remember that your program managers and your support staff will more than likely not be available to assist you like at the time that the class happens, because it's out of normal business hours. Okay, so if you send us an email, you're probably not going to get a response until the next day. So the person you really need to contact is your instructor. Their contact information should be listed in the syllabus, or you can message them through that inbox, choose your class, choose that instructor, and message them. But they are typically going to be the ones that you have to contact if you're having issues getting in that first day. And then remember, if you do have issues getting in that first day, you can't reach somebody, remember that you can then always watch the recording the next day, even if you miss it. Okay. Final thing, IvyLearn is powered by a company called Canvas, C-A-N-V-A-S. Okay, there is a Canvas app that can be downloaded on your phone. You just have to put in your Ivy Tech as the institution, use your Ivy Tech, email address, those types of things. So this is really nice because it has a calendar that you should be able to see when assignments are due. It's probably not ideal for actually doing any coursework within it, but you can look at the modules, you can look at your syllabus, you can look at the calendar to see what's due. I believe you can your inbox is in there, so you can message your instructor. Those types of things is really good. That the app is really good for that. Okay, so yeah, you'll just need to use your Ivy Tech information to set up that app. Okay, hopefully if you had any questions, they were either answered, or again, if you put them in the chat, hopefully one of the other CWCT members can answer them for you. So again, have a good rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of your orientation. We look forward to working with you, and good luck with your upcoming session. Have a wonderful rest of the night.